Yo, yo, yo. Ariane. Ariane, John. Family, friends, family. Boneheads, bitches, bitch ass hoes, hoe ass bitches, and bitch ass niggas. Because yes, Steven and Mel can be a bitch too. For Shelby Baby, Michaela Mommy, it is I, Billy on the board with Ariane Podcast. And I'm going to let y'all know a little secret. Ariane, John. Family, friends, family. Boneheads, bitches. There you go. All right, so we are definitely bitches and bitch ass niggas because yes, even a Mel can be a bitch too. All right, so we're on, and this is season 3. All right, season 3, episode 1. The sun sets on the west. The sun sets on the west. Turn up the tone. That's what that is. That's what this is, actually. All right. We are live on, of course, Facebook. We're live on YouTube. All that good shit. We are on Spotify. We're on your listening platforms. Whatever you do to listen, thank you. Please continue to listen. Show me some love. Please show me some love. So usually I'm in the BoneZone. Right now I am here in the pantry. That's what I call this. This is my little bootleg studio and whatnot. And hopefully everybody, all my fathers out there. Hopefully my fathers had a good one. It was Father's Day, and not too bad. We always got to be thankful for what we have. You know what I'm saying? So I'm very happy, very thankful to be a father, have my boys, and I do love them very much, and their mothers. One of those things, yo. Life is amazing. We got to make sure that we continue to cherish every moment that we have, um, because it most definitely can be taken away. Most definitely can be taken away. So I just want to be, I just want to tell you guys much love, all my parents. Love your kids, take care of them. We got a bunch of craziness going on in this world, so we got to really, really protect our children and let them know that we love them, be there for them, support them. Whoever's watching, thank you very much. If you happen to be a father, happy Father's Day. Well, whoever was watching, but it's all good. We get a bunch of people that just get on real quick and be like, this idiot again. Is it this idiot again? He's still doing his podcast. He's still doing his shitty podcast. Yes, I still am doing my shitty podcast. And as a matter of fact, this is season 3. If you have a problem with it, fuck off. Or you can personally come and say that to my face. I know a lot of people have big nuts when they have guns in hand and whatever the fucking case may be. But yeah. Real men, we use our motherfucking hands. We don't need no guns and all these straps and all this stupid ass shit that a lot of you whole ass niggas be always boasting about. All right? Nobody gives a shit, bro. Can you fight though? All right? One of those things. People are always quick to pull out guns, do all this shit, but fuck all that shit. I was raised in a projects where that's what we heard all day long, gunshots all day long. Gunshots all day long, people dying on our front porch, and it's sad. People are still dying. Not on my front porch anymore, but They're still dropping like flies. For some reason, this fucking joint isn't running the way it's not running the way I wanted it to. So this season, hopefully, I could bring in several artists, several young entrepreneurs. Maybe some athletes. Maybe we can bring in some athletes into the bone zone. Right now, we're not in the bone zone. This is what I call the pantry. This is just where we brainstorm, come up with ideas. Now, this is where I hot box. Um, and yeah, whoever's watching right now, thank you very much. Hopefully, you're having a good one. Well, whoever was watching, it's like as soon as I mention somebody watching, they're like, oh, fuck this motherfucker. You know what? I don't give a shit. Either you can support me or not. I don't give a damn. I'm gonna continue to be me. I'm gonna continue to do my thing because I'm here for a reason. I'm here for a reason. Uh, so yeah, tough shit. All right, tough fucking shit. If you don't want to see me, if you don't want to hear about me, unfriend me. I don't give a damn. Unfollow. Do whatever the fuck you got to do to make your life a whole lot better. But yeah. Here in the bone zone, well, here in the pantry, we come up with ideas. We really need to start creating music for you, but posted. That way we can express ourselves differently with music rather than just having a bunch of episodes and talking about life, death, and everything else in between. Because I'm sure y'all probably get tired of that shit. So we're gonna have to uh, create some music and give you that. That way we can shove that down your throats. You know. So more episodes, more guests. We're gonna see what we can do this season. But all I know is that I gotta continue to stay focused, not get sidetracked, not get discouraged, not get frustrated to the point where I want to give up my podcasting, give up my life in general. It's a lot of things in life that we take for granted, and I don't want this to be one of them. You know what I'm saying? Because it's important that we show love to one another, show love to the community. Speaking of community, today, a gentleman by the name of T Poke, he had his grand opening to his restaurant over on the east side. I believe the address was 734 North New Braunfels, right there, New Braunfels and Burnett. So if anybody is out there on the east side, make sure that y'all show him some support, show him some love, because he deserves it. A lot of people that do things for the city, that actually show love to the city, those are the people that we should actually support, not for a bunch of idiot ass people that don't even really show you love or really don't even support you. So it's like you got to really really look at people that are putting on for the tone or whatever the fucking case may be. There's always going to be people that are going to want you to support them, but do they support you back? You know what I'm saying? You need that support back, especially when you go out of your way to support somebody else. But it's not mandatory. But for those people that do support me, I thank you very much. I do thank you. Yeah, because it's important, that y'all know that. And hopefully when we start to create music and we pick up this little few machines where we can start printing our own clothing, and this and that and the other, whatever. We're gonna continue to do things. Why not, right? It beats jerking off all day. Well, really does, yeah. Sometimes, you get tired. You get, if you have a penis, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't have a penis and you would like one, I'm sure they have surgeries and shit where you can where you can make that happen, I'm sure. Or if you have a penis and don't want one, you can also go through that surgery too. But it's just one of those things, y'all. Life is fucking crazy. Just love, just love. That's all you really got to do at the end of the day is just love. Don't let anything get you discouraged. Don't worry about what other people say about you, especially behind your back, because you can't control that shit. If somebody says something in front of you, then you could whoop their ass. You know what I'm saying? But it's like a lot of things, people say things in ways, and it's all right. I don't really need negative support. You know what I'm saying? I would not even rather have that fake ass love. So if you're gonna be fake, please get the fuck off of my shit. Move around with that. There's other people you can listen to. There's other podcasters. There's other artists. There's other fucking whatever the fuck. I don't give a shit. But if you do show me love, thank you very very much from the bottom of my heart. I do very much appreciate it, and y'all know that shit. All right, but it's real deal spill. I ain't here trying to sugarcoat shit. I ain't gotta make things all glamorous and shit for you. All I gotta do is just let you know what's up. Right now we're here in the pantry. The pantry is where I do a little bit of thinking. Well, I do thinking everywhere, but here, it's little confined or whatnot. So I'm like, yes, Steven, put on that your thinking cap. Mama said, right. Mother, I love you, of course, not just today, but every day. Family, friends, family, boneheads, bitches, bitch ass hoes, hoe ass bitches, and bitch ass niggas. Because yes, Steven and Milk can be a bitch too. For Shelby, baby, Michaela, mommy, it is I, Billy on the board. We're not live in the Bone Zone. We're just here in our pantry. We're gonna create a little studio. We're gonna try to make music. We're gonna do that, and hopefully we can get heard in a different way. But I want you guys to know that I appreciate everybody that listens, anybody that follows, anybody that watches, anybody that supports me. This is just a little Spider Jones. We got Spider Jones, man. I love Spider Jones. Appreciate you, Spider Jones. Spider Jones. That gentleman, he is the definition of a entrepreneur here in the city of San Antonio. He most definitely does his thing. Shout out to Merch Gang. Shout out to Merch Gang. They are going to be at the Lolo Car Show on June 25th. I believe they're going to be having a stand out there. Don't know if they're going to be performing anything. Don't know if Spider Jones is going to be performing, but they're going to most definitely let their presence be known there. That's my birthday too, so maybe we're going to go and do that. Marbach Apparel, see, man, Marbach Apparel in the house. Exit 7, man. Appreciate all those guys out there, man. Exotic Munchies, Marbach Apparel, Northwest Rider, Livola, a bunch of those guys out in that era. Double Vision, Vision doing his thing out there with the Sound of Life. Every Tuesdays they have game tournaments. It'd be nice to one day go and I don't play games anymore, video games, but just to go and experience that whole vibe that they have there is something different. And it's amazing how that gentleman can bring a lot of people together. Doesn't matter what side of town you're from. It's all Tone, it's all San Antonio, and that gentleman is also another gentleman doing a bunch of things, man. But shout out to you guys out there in Marbach, man. Y'all definitely doing y'all thing. Y'all go check out Exotic Munchies, man. Exotic Munchies is doing a damn thing over there, man. And a bunch of people, man, bunch of people. BoneZone shit, man. Spider Jones, appreciate you, man. I do always gotta show my people love because these artists, they work really, really, really hard, man. For them, it is a 24-hour grind, man. They wake up, bam. First thing that some people do is they get in the studio. I wish I can actually make beats, do my own recording, because I would definitely do that, just like the way I do these podcasts. But Marbar Capera enough was right. I got things. I seen that, man. Y'all got a few things coming on, and I definitely always. Oh, there we go. We got Northwest Rider. Ugh. Man, y'all go and show some love. Y'all stop at a Fred's Fish Fry, post up there and bump Fred's Fish, because that is a track right there that has been stuck in my head. And Northwest Ride, I appreciate you, man. I know you were out downtown. I got off of work, and some people you can just tell off of the bat who they are, because especially if you see them on social media and just in life in general, you're like, man, that stuff was right. So shout out to that gentleman, man. I really do appreciate him, because his music alone sets the tone for other artists that want to do something with their life. There's a bunch of artists that are popping, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't really dig a lot of these cats. Northwest Rider, I really really like his music, and I'm not gonna say any other exits, but other people and other areas of the town, some are cool, what I'm saying, but some really 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 are more real than others. A lot of people, they do it for numbers. A lot of people do it because whatever. Oh man, that was right, man. He looked like he was chilling. You know what I'm saying? It's all love, man. But it's all love all the way around. I am most definitely gonna be looking to work with artists once we start making music. I want to let the city of San Antonio know that I am not just a podcaster. I know this is how I came off as a podcaster, but I have 20 years of unrecorded music, and that goes back to Last of the Cherokees, First of the Hurricane days. And it's a lot of things that now we got to the point where we don't even write. We just want to freestyle things. And man, I appreciate Spider Jones, because he really really inspired me when he was here. Northwest Rider showed me some love when he was here in the BoneZone. Not here, but you know, um, yeah, man, it was man, yeah. I appreciate everybody in the city of San Antonio, all you artists that are really, really, putting on for the city, and not making it seem so one dimensional. A lot of people, they're like, oh, San Antonio, it ain't like Houston. You're fucking right. We ain't like Houston. We are our own breed. We're our own kind. And a lot of people, when they get on uh bigger platforms, you know what I'm saying, and you can start to see um if they're really about it, or if they're really really just doing it for the check, or because they're homeboys, or because they got a bunch of fucking people surrounding them and they all got to have a gun in their hand. I was raised with these motherfucking hands. I personally don't like. It's like love, man. Why you ain't got to worry about killing the next man? How about you love the next man? Because that man might have a family, that man might have children, parents, friends. You never know. So a lot of people, they always are big on toting their guns and stuff like that. There's a lot of youngsters, and I'll tell you what, that's really why I don't really fuck with some music that some gentlemen are really really popping. It's because of that. I don't really need to listen to shit where it's just about killing people. Killing people is easy. It is so easy. All you got to do is just pull the motherfucking trigger, point, pull the trigger. That's easy. It's harder to love someone, to nurture someone, to want to help guide someone, to just be there for someone and just show them that you actually give a fuck about their life. Like, not taking a life. That's easy, man. Like, growing up in the 90s downtown in the Victoria Courts, like, that shit wasn't fun. But you know what? Being a kid, you didn't really want to think about all that violence that was going on. But as an adult, we have to, because those are our kids that are dying. You know what I'm saying? Those are our friends' kids that are dying. And it's sad that mass shootings are happening still on a daily. You know that they're still out here killing children, killing innocent people that just want to go and shop in their local grocery store, and a lot of senseless things that are happening in this world. So I ask, as an artist, put those guns down in your music videos. Nobody needs to see that shit. We don't really give a fuck. I personally don't give a fuck, you know. And of course, people are gonna get all heated. They're like, "Oh, these my guns. I can do whatever the fuck I want." Yeah, that's true. You can do all that shit, but some people get tired of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Come with something different. Come with something different. And that's one of those things that I'm getting tired of seeing on, well, not my pages, because I make sure I don't follow these people, because it's one of those things that it's like, why am I going to follow somebody I don't support? You know, I'm only going to follow people that I support. You know, people like Northwest Rider, people like Spider Jones, people like, you know, Kali. I fuck with Kali. Been trying to get him on my on Are We On podcast, but of course, no answer. He's a busy guy, and that's somebody that I, you know, I'm always still gonna show him love, whether or not he gets on my shit or not. Hell, I got a fucking commemorative record that I made for him, and it's one of those things that when I say not everybody is gonna support you, but you know, we're still gonna support them. That's one of those things. Like, regardless of how small of a platform I have compared to other artists, other podcasts, whatever, you know what I'm saying? This is real deal shit. You know, I don't gotta, like I said, sugarcoat it. I don't gotta get you high on drugs to listen to my shit. I don't gotta fucking, you know, bribe you in any way to come to my podcast and talk about life, death, and everything else in between. I want these artists to come to my podcast because they know that, you know, it ain't no, it's about love. You know what I'm saying? It's about love. And then you get some artists that think that they're bigger than what they really are, and they want to charge you $400 or $500 for 20 minutes. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. Ain't nobody gonna be. I personally, maybe even if I did have that fucking money like that, I still ain't gonna. You know, it's one of those things where sometimes platform like this, like a podcast, that's what artists need to do. They need to go and reach out to other podcasters and be like, you know what? I get my voice out there heard with my music, but I need to talk about this. I need to talk about that. What's a good place? You know, us podcasters, we really, really work hard. But shout out to a bunch of those other podcasters out there and podcasts in the city of San Antonio. I try to support all those podcasts and show them love. But of course, at the end of the day, you know, I'm still gonna always show me love first. And I'm gonna let that shit be known that I believe I am the best podcast in the city of San Antonio. And that's my opinion. You know, you could run and at anybody else that has a podcast and be like, this motherfucker right here is saying he has the best podcast in the city of San Antonio. Well, I have the right to say that. Just like these punk ass fools got rights to have guns in their videos all the time. Let them do that shit. Let me do my shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about loving. I'm talking about taking care of your shit, taking care of your people, taking care of those ones that are gonna be the next generation, this, next generation, that. You know, we got to start paying our teachers more. We got to start really fucking, you know, letting like police officers, not, they just be having, they're just filling positions. They just need bodies. You know what I'm saying? Like, you really need to have people that really give a fuck about wanting to give back to their community, to society, to a bunch of things. Slow mo, I appreciate you, man. You already know. Happy Father's Day to any of you guys that have been watching that are fathers. It's been a crazy, crazy year for me. You know, it really, really crazy. We just had our kids, you know, 2 months apart between them, and it's crazy. I never thought that I would be a father again after 15 years, but I did. My son is in Dallas area. My oldest son, Jalen Josiah. I love you very much. Been trying to get a hold of him for, you know, since COVID, and it's one of those things that you have to do what you got to do. Sometimes you got to lose to win, and I say that because it something that I take serious. You know, this podcast, I don't get paid, you know, the way I wish I did. Yeah, we do get a little bit of coins on Anchor for each play per stream or whatever the case may be. But what I really need to do is get on wax per se, and create a music, create, my sound, give you my style, because I honestly think that's one thing that the city of San Antonio is lacking. I'm not trying to boost my ego or toot my own horn or whatever the fucking case may be, but I'm beginning to love myself a whole lot more, to the point where I know how motivating I can be, and even how ruthless I can be when it comes to just taking care of my family. Because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. Our family. Yeah, slow mo. Are we on? Most definitely we are on. This is season 3, episode 1. The sun sets on the west. Sunsets on the west. Turn up the tone. That is what I decided to call this season, mainly because the sun does set on the west. It rises on the east, but sets on the west. And turn up the tone. Turn up the tone on the volume. That way you can hear me. And turn up the tone, literally. Tone City. We're gonna turn up the motherfucking tone, because that's what we got to do. We got to really, really put San Antonio on the map. We got to really, really let people know that we're not playing around here in the city of San Antonio, because we have a mission, and that mission is to just spread love and make sure that people, well, they're going to remember the Alamo, but make sure they remember people like me, Northwest Rider, Double, a bunch of people, Spider Jones, because it's just a matter of time when we have our breakout year per se, and people definitely get better music. A bunch of these artists that are popping right now, I'm gonna be straight up, I don't really dig a lot of them, but some people do. The people that I play, if I play their music, and I support them on my podcast, then of course those are people I'm not talking about. But if I don't show those other people love, play any of their music, then you know, and it's kind of sad, because I know once I start saying names, people are gonna get mad, and this is public. Where Arion podcast is public now. Address is public. Yeah. Do I want anybody showing up on my doorstep, unannounced? No. But it's one of those things that when you say that you don't like a person, and it's not like the person is probably okay, but with music, you know, I'm just really picky. I'm really picky when it comes to my music. Hell, I still listen to 90s music. I still listen to Bone Thugs and Harmony. Okay, for God's sake. So it's like, yeah, excuse me. So I don't really know what's going on, but y'all, hopefully y'all having a good one. For whoever's been watching and showing me love, man, I appreciate y'all. Remember the Spider. Don't forget the Jones. Hell yeah, Spider Jones. I appreciate you, brother. Spider Jones, legend in the making. Yeah, man. Like, you have to realize that when we create music, these artists, of course, they do it for themselves, but they do it for people like me. They do it for their family. They do it for their friends. They do it for strangers. Sometimes a perfectly total stranger is going to be one of your biggest supporters. And it's one of those things that you have to make sure that you give back to those people, because once people find out that you ain't really supporting them and showing you love, and showing them love, actually, then more than likely those fans aren't going to support you anymore. Like, I straight up don't support some artists that I was supporting, because it's like, I ain't gonna be scratching your back, you fucking ain't scratching my back, fuck that noise. So it's one of those things, and that's the way it is. That's the way the cookie crumbles. And Billy on the board, he's tired. Sir Smooth is frustrated. Maria wants to come back and actually work here in the BoneZone. She actually wants to get her happy ass back to work. Maria, yep, Maria. She sent me an email. No, yeah, Maria. Shout out to Maria, man. She got paid 2 years and she never even showed up to work. So she was one of them. I have no fucking idea who the fuck Maria is, but Maria bitch. Shout out to Maria. So music, Spider Jones. You always gotta when you think about music and how you create music. A lot of people they can freestyle. Some can go in the studio and they just somebody whoever's making their beats or somebody has a hook or depending on how you create music, everybody's different. And I wish that before I'm 40, which is 2 years from now, um, I want to create an EP. I want to have an EP because I want to be able to say that okay, I created some songs. It's a little more than a demo, but less than an album. So we're gonna have an EP, kind of like how Bone Thugs and Harmony came out with the Creeping on the Come Up. But I'm definitely not gonna ever, ever, ever compare myself to any of those members of Bone Thugs and Harmony because they're a reason why I'm fucking still here. Because if those guys didn't come out with their music back in the 90s, you know, and my in our the 200s, and then I would have made it through my teenage, my young adult years. Probably not, but there's a lot of things that I just haven't been able to do. So one day we are play my new track, Big Mad. Let's see. Right. I'm not in front of my laptop like I usually am in the BoneZone, but I got this device. Now this phone right here, this other phone, I'm recording on the right, looking at me on the left. Hey, like, hold on. Let's see what we got. Let's do it like this. There we go. That's the one I gotta mute. Oh, see, but that camera, that one is facing the other way. So, you know, that's why we have it like that. But let me exit that shit. Solo. There we go. Yeah, so it's one of those things when we build, we try to continue, and there's a lot of times when we get frustrated about life, we get frustrated about a bunch of things. Um, there you go. Drop that EP if you need help, man. Most definitely, bro. The beats are the main thing that I need help on. I don't know how to create them, but I have how I want them to sound, and definitely in my head. Damn it, I forgot my password to my email. Let's see. Because it's one of those things that life is very, very precious. I don't want to leave this world without being able to say that I achieved something that I really, really wanted to do. All right. How did I know that was gonna happen? Let's see. All right, Google. Appreciate you, Google. All right, there we are. Arion. Get your mind right at midnight. Yep, this is most definitely season 3, episode 1. We kind of did that whole fiesta thing with the little background with the skyline in the back for the little what's that called? The little header, whatever the case may be. You know, yeah. Definitely act right. Beats, man, that's really what I need. Beats. Like I can rap all day long, but if I ain't really making tracks, it's not gonna matter whatever I have to say. Like we can, but I want you guys to really feel it. You know, really want y'all to feel it. I'm gonna find that song, big, big man. Let's see. Oh, right there, featuring Jordan Mack. Let's see. Let's see. All right, the sound of that is a little fucked up because I was just doing it off of the phone. I'm not plugged up to my little mixer thing that's in the bone zone. This right here, just I don't know. I just really didn't think about having sound besides my voice and hair. But we might have to get some other, well, we not might, we are going to get some other equipment eventually for in here so I can maybe actually record, try to record myself. Well, of course I can do it, just record, but I want to find a way where I can mix a bunch of things. But one day we got a few songs right here. I got a binder right here full. Let's see how many more we got. We got some more. Got some more. Um, I got some more. Bunch. I've written over 300 songs. How many of them have I recorded? Well, there's some on YouTube, my YouTube channel, but no beats, of course, just straight flow. Um, and that was like a long time ago, yo. That shit was hell, like 10 years ago when I posted that shit on YouTube. That's like one of the first videos that I posted on YouTube. Um, so it's one of those things. Music, I love music so much, that I guess that's why I never recorded it. I don't want to, disrespect anybody in any way, but hopefully, if we do record, I can really make a positive impact to some people, and maybe help them in a way through music, just like maybe I may do with these podcasts. So it's one of those things that their transition, it may not be as tough as I think it is or will be. What will be tough is me actually performing live because I get I get nervous. You know what I'm saying? I get stage fright. Even doing these lives by myself, sometimes I get really nervous. Um, when I have a guest, I get more nervous because their name is on the line. Like they're on my podcast, and what if somebody like doesn't sign them because they're like, you're on that shitty little podcast, are we on podcast? And you never know. Maybe they'll be like, oh yeah, I seen you on Arion podcast, and I like that guy. I like you too. So what we're gonna do is sign you to a multi-million-dollar contract. Like, I never know. But what I do know is I'm gonna go ahead and continue to keep, that positive mind, because you never know what may happen. I see a lot of these artists and a lot of people getting their big breaks and doing this and doing that, and it's because they're being genuine to themselves. A lot of artists, they got to pay their way, and they get this and that, but I can't really speak for them because I don't really know how they got to whatever point they're at. All I can see is what they post on YouTube or somebody shares, and I hear their shitty music, and I'm like, damn, how can somebody have so much followers and so much fans and really not be like lyrically like close to other artists? Hell, even I think myself, what I'm saying? And it's fucking crazy that social media can make a star out of anybody. I want to see that come true. I want to see that happen, with me, because I'm not just anybody. I'm somebody that's gonna fucking most definitely give back to my city. When I have money, I do that shit broke, and I still try to fucking show love to my city because it's right where I live. It's right here down the street from where I live. How can I not, go out there and try to show love to those people that live out in the street, and they see me all the time, and they're like, man, they don't even call me by my name. They call me by Bone because I'm always wearing Bone Thugs and Harmony shirts, and they always see me wearing a Bone Thugs and Harmony shirt, and they see me out there, just whether it's just handing out little fucking popsicles or tacos or waters, like I don't. That's shit that I of course, a few years ago, I used to record a lot of those things, but now I don't. Yeah, I don't need to. I go out there. Of course, I can't like provide somebody with the whole meal, but if I could, I would, and I fucking will, because that's my city. I'm a tone. I'm a tone. I'm a tone up, and then, man, I'm just excited because life is one of those things that you have to be excited about life, because if not, you're gonna want to die. And I was in those situations where I did want to die. I didn't want to live. I didn't want to see tomorrow. I didn't even want to deal with anybody, the world, and I didn't want to deal with my parents, my brothers, my co-workers, my girlfriends, my boyfriends, whatever the fuck I have. It doesn't fucking matter. And yes, I said boyfriends, but no, I am not. It doesn't fucking matter whatever the fuck we have in life, just as long as we love what we have. All right. It's Pride Month. For anybody that may be, you know, like that or down with, this and that, that's their own thing. You know what I'm saying? You do you. You know what I'm saying? But it's different when those people try to come on and try to change people and be like, oh yeah, I bet I can turn you gay or whatever the fucking case may be. It's like, no, like some people know how to, have that respect for some people, and then some people may cross that line. It's one of those things that's life. That's going to happen in any other way. Harassment does exist on both sides of the board, so it doesn't really matter. But what it is we got to have more respect for one another, and it starts with ourselves. And I promise, mother, that I'm going to have more respect for myself. I'm going to have more respect for Michaela. I'm going to have more respect for Shelby. I'm going to have more respect for my father and for my brothers and for my friends, because I need them to know that I'm fucking serious about what I say, and what I do is going to be something that I want to just show you and not talk about it. I want to just do it, and let the city know that, man, this person has also been here for a hot minute. And it's like you look at stuff, and I'm not fucking somebody that can host a barbecue and be like, hey, free food, free this, free that, free everything, or go out to a certain corner and bust out with a table and start feeding people. Maybe we can, we can do that. But of course, that takes a little bit of time, takes a little bit of money. With the nonprofit, most definitely we could get it done easier. But until then, I had to put my money where my mouth is. And it sucks that a lot of people would say how much they give back to the city and love their city and put on for the tone or whatever the fucking case may be. But how often do they really actually do that? There's a lot of people that talk a good game, and yeah, they might be better rappers than others, or somebody may have more money or know more people or whatever the case may be. But how much more, some people just do it because they're like, oh fuck it, I ain't got shit else to do, my homeboys are doing it, this and that. you know I want to do that shit because I don't think people really know how serious I am about wanting to actually create music and open that door and see what other artists really think about that, because it's one of those things that I don't want to just be known as a podcaster, where I'm an idiot, or oh yeah, the toothless podcaster, or whatever the fuck people would like to say behind other people's backs, because some people don't have the nuts to actually say it to your face or whatever the case may be. But me, I am a buck 50 wet, so it's like I'm not a big person, but you know, the bigger you are, the harder you fall. That's something that my stepdad Juan most definitely, instilled in my head, and still, to this day, I want my family to know that I love where I come from. you know, all my friends that we met, in the ghetto, and then you see them succeed and you see them do a lot of things in life, and it helps you, because it lets you know that, what, we can break the cycle. We can, change, but at the same time, we can adapt to society, and we'll adapt to life in a way where we can help give back to other people, and not just worry about ourselves, and not just worry about our, blood family. Sometimes blood family, you know, doesn't support you as much as, let's say work family, social media family, a bunch of things. My bone fam, like it's a wild world we're living in, but it's how we react to what we're around. And yeah, right now, I really like it in here. It's kind of, I even put the little swinging doors. Oh, wild, wild west. Yeah, like swinging doors. Like I don't know. Like I call this the pantry, because this actually is a pantry. Um, I never really use it as a pantry on this side, but if I open that, well, let's see. Yes, you can see the food behind me. Can you? You can see the food behind me. It is the motherfucking pantry. And that's one thing that I gotta let people know. Ain't no shame in my game, because I'm fucking, I wouldn't put myself out there if I was ashamed of anything, and I don't want anybody to feel sorry for me or feel like they have to support me because, I'm, let's say, poor, or not even poor, let's say like a middle class. But still, when you have so much ideas, I sometimes feel like I'm selling myself short, because I'm not actually doing things that I've been saying that I've been wanting to do for years. And it's one of those things that now, with the family, with the boys, it's something that changed me, and I'll be damned if I'm just gonna go out like a punk bitch because, somebody says that I can't do it, or stick to your fucking day job as a waiter. Like, don't get me wrong, I love being a waiter. I'm a third generation river rat, and I'm proud of that. um it's one of those things that, and that environment, sink or swim, depending on where you work at. Other restaurants are different. And being downtown for 20 years, like, damn, if you ain't know by now, you probably should. Because 20 years, that means people that are 20, 18, that's when I started working downtown. So all these youngsters that think they're all hard and shit, like, no, like, worry about being just a genuine person. You ain't got to worry about impressing somebody, being all hard, thinking that you're fucking tough and shit. Just be you. It's okay to laugh. It's okay to cry. You ain't got to be all hard for your homeboys all the time, thinking that, I can't put my gun down. Put your fucking gun down. I promise you it's gonna be okay, bro. Like, I promise you it's gonna be okay. Hell yeah. The dirty yo, man. Shout out to the dirty yo. Shout out to my cousins that work there. That's one of those things, like, we gotta realize that people, are always gonna end up somewhere that you already stepped your feet on, your ground. People are always gonna walk over your land. They are always gonna do that, but they gotta understand and respect the fact that you already been there before, some other people. that you already laid foundation for yourself and for other people. You know what I'm saying? So whether or not, we succeed in what we do, we got to make sure that we let people know. Are we on, John? Appreciate you. Facebook user, that's probably a post. That's probably post right there. Um, by Sweet Tea, man. I swear, I make some fucking really good sweet tea. Um, for Scout's honor. But for whoever's watching, get your mind right at midnight. I guess this would be my season premiere. Is this a season premiere? Yeah, season premiere of Get Your Mind. Oh, actually, what is this? What the fuck is this? What is this? Oh, Ariane. Ariane. Yes, this is Ariane podcast live in the Bone Zone with Big Sam Heard. I am not in the Bone Zone. I'm just in the pantry, in the food pantry. Um, so yeah, that this is where we're at. And it's not really the food pantry. Well, it is the food pantry. I just showed behind me. You can actually see that it is a food pantry. But the thing is, it's whatever I want it to be. It's like a lot of people. We always want to portray somebody else. We always want to be like somebody. Not necessarily imitate, but some people really go out there and just imitate other people and call it original. Like if you imitate shit, if you imitate other people, let that shit be known. Give people their flowers. Let them know that what inspired you is because of somebody, or whatever the case may be. But in our minds, we always want to be the creator, the inventor, the OG. We always want to be the OG. And that's one thing that when it comes to a name, I am gonna go by another name, which is SATG, the Uncrowned King, because that's something that I want people to know that SATG, what the fuck does that mean? It's a San Antonio original gangster, SATG. Or actually, then it'll be OG, but SATG, um, the Uncrowned King. That is going to be one of my names too that we're going to carry over because why not? Fuck it. I'm allowed to name myself whatever the fuck I want and have as many names or personalities as I want because those are my alter egos and those are my, my clique that I run with because I don't need a big old gang of people and big guns bigger than some of these other fucking kids and shit. I got my heart and that heart alone is going to save lives because that's what I'm about. I'm more about saving lives, not taking lives, because that's easy. It's so fucking easy to just pull a trigger and kill someone. You know, it is, you know, and so I just want people to know that, even a blind man can kill someone. You don't have to see to kill someone. You can just start pulling the trigger randomly and pointing whichever way and you might hit somebody, but is all that really worth it? Like, nah. You're blind. You're not gonna see any of the chaos, any of the blood, whatever the case may be. But you're gonna definitely smell it, you know. And that's one thing. Like smelling the flesh of like it's just weird. It's like, okay, when it rains outside, like you go outside and after it rains, you smell that rain and like it's the same thing. Like you can smell war, you can smell, shit outside. Like there's a lot of things. Whoever's watching, much love to all you guys, man. This is our season premiere. Yes, so Arion Podcast Season 3, Episode 1. Season 3, yes. Season 3, Episode 1. The sun sets on the west. Turn up the tone, and that's most definitely what we're gonna do. Turn up the tone. Yes, either you can turn up the tone on your volume, or we here at Arion Podcast are gonna turn up the tone with more artists, with more episodes, more confessions on commerce. Definitely, we got to give you some more confessions on commerce. Who's in the kitchen? Oh, Tripping. Who's in the motherfucking kitchen? So it was, we literally are in the pantry, right? Let's go. Do we want a snack? Do we want a snack? What do we got? We don't even have anything in the pantry. Yeah. So this is where we are. What I see is a wall in front of me, and then behind me is the other part of the pantry. And then I could go left or right. It's a hallway. But what I'm trying to say, yo, what was the craziest so far? The craziest confession. There was a guy with some other chick sitting down, and then there's some guy. He was obviously high on dope, and he was saying that the chick was his wife, but is with the other dude now. And then he was all high and shit, talking about fuck that motherfucker. Like they were just, it was wild, on Commerce right there downtown. And then the lady, she was like, "Oh yeah, that's because you gotta." I don't remember what the fuck was really said, but it was funny, yo. Like, um, we just did that a few times. We were downtown, for the most part, because why not? Um, why not? I did have my boy Duggar, on the west side. He knew where we were at on the west side. We were walking down, West Commerce past General McMullen, right before we hit that picnic. If y'all know where Commerce and Old Highway 90, the Y in the road, whatever. And he actually walked up to the corner just to get a shout out, and get on the live real quick, because we were really literally on Commerce Street, with the microphone, pregnant girlfriend as my camera woman, trying to get confessions. So next time we do it, part 5, I am gonna be right here up the street. I'm gonna go to my local convenience store, where we're gonna holler at John, and we're gonna ask him, John, are we on, John? Are we on, John? Because we're gonna definitely uh, show love to those people that work at convenience stores, because a lot of them get the most craziest people in there all day long. And it's one thing that we got to show love to those people. You see a lot of people having their music videos and in those convenience stores and stuff like that. But I'm gonna go as a real person, Steve Anthony Monreal TL, or Billy on the board, um, live in the Bone Zone. It is actually, I can't even say the Bone Zone because I would be lying, right? This is not the Bone Zone where we're recording. For anybody that's just listening on Spotify, then I can lie to you because you can't really see it. But why would I lie for? I have no fucking reason to lie. I have no reason to sugarcoat shit, because first of all, I ain't got no motherfucking sugar. We ran out of sugar. Try to make our last batch of sweet tea. We ran out of the motherfucking sugar. But that's all right, because what we're gonna do is we're gonna re-up on some more sugar cane, and we're gonna do that. We're gonna continue to just keep it going, keep the pattern going, and we're gonna continue to just give you things that not other podcasters are probably doing. Yes, they are doing amazing things, man. Shout out to Talk and Listening. That's one of my favorite podcasts. I'm not gonna lie about that shit. So Talk and Listening, much love to you guys. The Morning Fanatic, the Morning Fanatic, and it's a lot of theme type podcasts. Some radioactive podcasts. You have a bunch of other podcasts, you know, and it's, well, you asked, Trill Talk No Cap. You got a bunch of people that are mainly established, and then you get some people, regular people like me, that want to have a podcast and want to talk about things. I don't really have a niche per se. I don't just talk about music, although the Bone Zone is in homage of Bone Thugs and Harmony. I'm a bonehead. That's what we call us online and social media, on the BTNH board. I am always saying I'm a bonehead, but what I'm trying to say is you can do whatever you want to do. And I'm looking straight at myself because when I listen to these again, it reminds me, or I remind myself of what I say, and it helps me and it motivates me. So if anybody that does support me and do watch these, on a, consistently, and it may help them get through their day, you know, I love you. It's one of those things that when you look at life and sometimes you're not too happy with what you're doing in life, or you're just, you feel like you're getting lost. You start to get hooked on, let's say, drugs, for instance. That's one of the biggest things. Sex. You can get hooked on a bunch of things. But seeing people do it in a positive way, not drugs. I'm saying like getting hooked on like working out, walking, taking more care of their body, not doing drugs, staying busy with a bunch of positive things, taking care of their families, creating businesses. Of course, you can do all that shit high, but it's like when you're actually doing it and you're living a sober life. A lot of people, they um, I don't know. They like laugh, you know, at people that are like, this motherfucker, he don't even drink alcohol. He's a bitch. Take a shot. Don't be a bitch. Like, and then when some people say no, you know, fuck it. I broke. I'm not even gonna lie. I broke me not drinking, not having any alcohol or drinking a few days ago. Hell, yesterday I drank 3 Lone Stars. Did I have any shots? No, I didn't. But it's one of those things. That's my choice. I don't have to necessarily go straight edge. You know, I smoke hemp, right? Yay! Shout out to all the hemp smokers. And if you smoke anything else, like to its own, um, roll it up, roll it up, roll it up, roll it up. What the fuck am I saying? Roll it up. Um, and we're about to hit the hour mark. We already did hit the hour mark. I just want to let people know, whoever watches, whoever supports me, I promise that one day when we start getting merch, when we start creating things physically that I can give to you to show you your appreciation, my appreciation, I can obviously see a bunch of things, but it's like you have to continue to stay focused on what you're doing in life. Sometimes we get sidetracked. Sometimes we hit that bump in the road and we might get a flat tire, or whatever the case may be. We have to continue to just adapt, adjust, and stay focused on what we want in life. No matter what we do, we're not perfect, but we have to remember that other people look at what we're doing, they see what we're doing, and if you're a negative of inspiration, then more than likely the people that you inspire to do negative shit, they're probably gonna do negative shit too. Like, you might not think what you're doing is negative, but it might be. What I'm doing might be negative. Shit, you never fucking know. Just me smoking hemp, me doing whatever the fuck. Somebody may not like it because I got red fucking sound, I'm bored shit foam from Amazon. They're like, oh nah, cuz, or because I have a fucking Texas tattoo, on my fucking chest. Like, some people might not like that shit. Oh fucking well. This is my life. It's my fucking life. And for people that support me and know how fucking serious I am about uh helping, this is definitely what we're going to do. We're going to help as many people as we can. Once we start to gain a larger amount of residuals and whatnot when it comes to making money online or whatever the fucking case may be, or we sign a contract, or we do something that we make more money, in the hundreds of thousands, millions, and where I can buy a bigger house. Well, I don't even own this house, but hell, buy this house only because it can be historical. This house I live in right now was built in 1884. This piece of the pantry right here that I am staying in, that I'm standing in, um, there's actually history in this room where the grandmother of the lady that owns this house now, maybe great grandmother used to actually sleep in this little room, which is like maybe what 3 by 5, 3 by 6 at most, maybe 3.5 by 6 or whatever the case may be. But thinking about a lot of things that okay, where you spend a lot of time somewhere, and let's say somebody that's not here that possibly maybe even passed away in this house right here where I'm at, it's one of those things that you have to always be aware of things that are there but they're not there. You can't see it, but you can feel it. And that's one of those energies that I can never explain to somebody. You just have to really feel that energy, and you have to feel the passion of what I'm doing. I don't want for people to watch my shit and they just really don't. It's just something because they can't sleep. I want people to watch my podcast because they really are entertained, and maybe it really does help them in a way, or maybe they want to be a guest on my actual podcast. This may be me here in the pantry. This is a little homemade little acoustic room, I would say, kind of somewhat, but I guess in the actual Bone Zone, in the other room, um, that's something we're going to be looking for. You know, it's one of those things that I had to get different artists that maybe somebody that people haven't had on their podcast, maybe get some artists that aren't really artists, maybe a athlete. I do want to get a spur on my podcast. Is it going to happen? Probably not. But am I gonna try to think in my head that yeah, it is gonna happen? Do I want to get Bone Thugs and Harmony on my podcast? You're fucking right, I do. That's the whole reason. Live in the Bone Zone with Bone Thugs and Harmony. Like, we're so blessed to have had AC Killer already on his affiliate, of Bone Thugs and Harmony, Seven Signs, CNO, Soldiers. Much love to those gentlemen, and it's one of those things that I can always, you know, be thankful for that, because it doesn't matter if I never have another guest on my podcast, this is the actual episode, but where I'm video recording it, it is not actually in the Bone Zone. This is in the pantry. This is where I want to create my little, let's say, studio, and hopefully be able to create a EP and drop 5 songs on there, and maybe 6, but we'll see how it goes. 5 for now, and I just need to create that sound, create, really create that connection with somebody that really understands where I want to go with the direction of my music. Um, but yeah, all right. And then years to come, we're gonna open the museum, and that's gonna be my venue slash museum slash restaurant, recording studio, just a bunch of shit for you to just enjoy. It's gonna be like a main event, but for entertainment. No, who knows? It's a bunch of things. But an idea is only an idea. I gotta make that idea a reality, and hopefully one day we will. So yeah, I'm gonna hit you with that deuce apple juice. Mother, I love you, of course, not just today, but every day. Family, friends, family, boneheads, bitches, bitch ass hoes, hoe ass bitches, and bitch ass niggas, because yes, even a male can be a bitch too. But Shelby, baby, Michaela, mommy, it is I, Billy on the board with Are We On Podcast. And Billy on the board, he was kind of quiet in this one, right? Yes, it is I, Billy on the board. Thank you. No, Billy on the board, that's just my mind. And I gave him a voice. So Smooth is not my mind. That's just one of my alter egos. Um, and then just good old Steve Anthony Montreal TL. Make sure that you subscribe on YouTube to Arion Podcast. Follow Arion Podcast on Spotify. listening platforms. We're on there. We're out there. We are listened in at least 10 countries. So that's cool. Unless the analytics are lying to me, then yeah, but that's some that's some shit that you had to take up with Anchor and not me, because I can see the analytics and at least it says we're in like at least 9, 10 different countries. So that's cool. You know, whether or not there are actually people listening to me in the other side of the world, that is fucking amazing. But for people that watch the actual uh, video recording, I do thank you. For whoever's watching right now, much love. I love you. If you are a father, happy Father's Day. But yeah, this has been episode 1, season 3, Arion podcast. The sun sets on the west. Turn up the tone. Turn up the tone. Yes, the sun sets on the west. Most definitely. Billy on the board. Much love. Deuce, 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 apple juice. I heard Austin crying. I'm going to go and help Shelby out. Not really. She probably has it, but she might need me to help rock him. Rock my baby. Nah. Much love, y'all. Deuce, deuce, apple juice. Arion. Arion, John.